Coming up next on News Live at 6, Strike for Change. Climate activists took to the streets of Syracuse today and across the nation. What they want addressed in the upcoming UN Climate Summit.
And tropical depression Imelda hits Texas. How the state is facing the devastating rainfall and what we can expect to come.
The president in hot water with the latest whistleblower case, reports saying he contacted one foreign power to investigate a politician's son. That and more coming up. Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Hundreds of students and community members came together to strike against climate change today. Good evening, I'm Greg Bradbury.
And I'm Sabrina Maggiore. The activists walked from the SU Quad to Foreman Park. Activists called everyone to action to demand climate justice. They say climate change is the defining issue of our time.
People are starting to realize that, and they're seeing what an important thing this is, and they know that they need to get their boots on the ground and their bodies on the line for this.
And even off campus, thousands of young people have taken to the streets across the world to demand action on climate change. Activists, including Swedish teenager Greta Thunberg, have blamed the inaction by world leaders for continual increases in global temperatures. The protests can't come in anticipation of the UN Climate Action Summit in New York on Monday. Now, Sabrina, it was a great day for those protests, especially here in the Syracuse area. Beautiful weather.
It was such a nice day. I got to enjoy it a little bit. Hopefully our viewers did too. Anthony DeBundo is in studio. He's going to tell us if this nice weather is going to stick around.
An absolutely picture-perfect day in Syracuse. 75 and sunny. Can't ask for much more this time of year, but as we get into tonight, you're going to see a little bit of a cool-off, especially after 9 p.m. Tonight's low, 55 degrees. It should be around 72, getting into the 70s until about 9 o'clock when we really start to see the temperatures drop and the humidity increase. So as we get into tonight, if you're heading out, may want to bring a jacket later on for the evening. But as we get into tomorrow, game day, Syracuse hosting Western Michigan at noon, 84, sunny. Doesn't get much better than that either, and the humidity is even going to be much lower than usual for this time of year. So a picture-perfect day again tomorrow as we take a look at our game day planner. 62 degrees when you wake up around 9 a.m. If you're getting ready to tailgate before the game, should be beautiful, nothing but sun. 77 at kickoff, and by the time the game's over around 3:30, 4 o'clock, we're going to peak around 83, 84 degrees. That's when the high pressure builds and locks in for the next couple of days. As we take a look at our Saturday activity forecast, very high. You should be outdoors tomorrow. If you're not taking advantage of it, that's a big mistake. 13 degrees above average for the month of September, and it's much lower humidity than usual. So enjoy it, because the average temperatures in the next couple of weeks, they start to dip into the 50s and 60s, and that's just not as enjoyable as tomorrow and Sunday are going to be. So as we take a look at across the entire region, this is a wind map of the entire U.S., and it shows that there is absolutely nothing happening over Syracuse, New York. No wind, no high pressure, no low pressure to worry about at all. So it's going to be an absolutely beautiful week as we get into the forecast for the days ahead. Sunday, 85 and sunny. Monday, potentially some showers, but as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, just very little rain to even talk about. So a beautiful week coming up here in Syracuse.
All right, and as we look into the weekend, here are some fun events you can enjoy during your free time. It's a beautiful weekend. Let's check it out. Tomorrow, you can head over to Jamesville Beach Park for Canine Carnival 2019. Over 50 rescue organizations are attending the event, and according to the Facebook event, you can expect a day full of music, food, and fun. The event takes place from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., and it's free admission.
And on Sunday, you can check out the Westcott Street Cultural Fair. The event runs from noon to 6:30 and celebrates the diversity and uniqueness of the Westcott neighborhood. Drop-off and pickup sites are at the Barricade on Westcott Street and Concord Place. Onondaga County is hosting its 4th annual Farm Festival tomorrow. Visitors can tour local farms to learn about life on a farm and purchase local products. CitrusTV reporter Nicole Weaving visited Bentwood Alpaca and Yaks to see what visitors can expect during the festival.
Meet Sue, Guinevere, and Empress, 3 furry friends you can find at Bentwood Alpaca and Yaks in Tully. Suzanne and Mark Drum opened the farm in 2003 and quickly learned alpacas would be the best animal for them.
They're easy to raise, they're easy on the land.
They added yaks 6 years ago for their meat, which became a bestseller.
Because of its health benefits, and it's just it's just tasty too. So it's easy to sell.
The Drums are excited for the public to meet their animals at the Onondaga Farm Fest on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
It's awesome that they put this on and people have the opportunity to learn.
And now Bentwood Farms is the only stop on the Onondaga Farm Fest where you can meet and feed alpacas and yaks.
We've noticed that it's a huge draw for the public because people are curious about exotic animals. They're both pretty exotic.
Visitors can also learn the responsibilities of working on a farm,
Clean up the barn, give grain, check on all the animals, make sure they're healthy.
and purchase fiber, yarn, and yak meat. Maybe, if you're lucky, you'll even score a kiss from Aranel before you go.
You give kisses too.
I'm Nicole Weaving, CitrusTV News.
All 11 farms will be open to the public from 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon.
The deadline to register for Family Weekend is tonight at midnight. CitrusTV reporter Amber McElrath found out the reason you have to sign up so far in advance.
Family Weekend starts Friday, October 18th when the Syracuse Orange play the Pittsburgh Panthers in the Dome. This is one of the many events taking place during the weekend. Other events include a tour of the Barnes Center at the Arch and trips to Green Lake State Park and Beacon Skiff Apple Orchard.
We're sold out of many of the things that are options for students, but we do still have football tickets.
It costs $40 to register. The biggest perk, those football tickets are discounted.
And so one of the benefits, especially for family members who may not have Family Weekend football tickets yet, they're $25 per ticket, which is a $15 per ticket savings.
If you know your parents are coming and you're interested in registering, all you have to do is go online to cusecommunity.syr.edu, click register now, and then fill out all the information.
Well, as far as the registration is concerned, we're pretty much on target for a normal Family Weekend year. We usually have, somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 families that actually register for Family Weekend.
If you sign up for Family Weekend, then make sure to check in at Goldstein Alumni and Faculty Center to claim your free Syracuse University swag and your football tickets. Amber McElrath, CitrusTV News.
And the full list of Family Weekend events is available online.
Syracuse University Law School is hosting its annual Alumni Weekend today and tomorrow. The event will feature guided tours of Dining Hall, and prominent alumni will be speaking on various panels. The weekend will wrap up with the second annual meeting of the Alumni of Color Association. Anyone who has not yet registered is asked to reach out to the Alumni Relations Office.
On the other side of campus, the Blackstone Launchpad is hosting its first ever startup weekend. We caught up with the organizers at the Entrepreneurship Center's Bird Library office, preparing for tonight's kickoff. Joining the center for the event are partners Google and Techstars. Current students are invited to go and learn, test ideas, and connect with current members in a fast-paced environment. And as their student coordinator told us, at 150 signups, their event has sold out.
First ever startup weekend on Syracuse University campus, and it is a solid event. We're super excited to have people from all across campus in one space to really kick off entrepreneurship on campus.
The launch of the new iPhone 11 today caused a rush to the Apple Store at Destiny Mall. Over 400 people had pre-ordered the device, and a security guard confirming that a peak of 150 people waiting in line to get into that Apple Store. Customers say they value how connected Apple makes their products.
I came with my boy. He's getting a new iPhone today. A lot easier to use. I'm just so used to it. I have like a MacBook and stuff like that, so it's just all like connected.
Police uncovered $22,000 worth of drugs at a Syracuse home last night. That's according to felony complaints. Authorities found half a pound of cocaine hidden in an oven mitt, finding even more of the drug in grocery store bags in the bedroom.
Police also found 10 doses of heroin and a small amount of crack cocaine. The 3 people arrested in relation to the case are facing charges of first-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance, and if they are found guilty, they could face up to 25 years in prison. All 3 are currently being held in the Onondaga County Justice Center without bail. A Syracuse man is alive after a fire in his home yesterday. His smoke alarm woke him up from a nap here on Wentworth Parkway. Fire officials say the house had floor-to-ceiling clutter in several rooms, making it difficult for crews to search the home and put out the fire. The man, who was the only one inside at the time, escaped before fire crews arrived thanks to that smoke detector.
The latest in Onondaga County. Power is now restored for more than 9,000 people in the region. The outage occurred shortly before 9 this morning. According to a National Grid spokeswoman, power was restored within half an hour. Most of the customers who lost power were from the Liverpool, Salina, and Clay area. Crews are still unsure what caused the outage. Also in Onondaga County, the area is seeing its first human case of the West Nile virus in 2019. According to the Onondaga County Health Commissioner, the person currently in the hospital and is in stable condition. The virus is spread by infected mosquitoes biting people. While most people infected with the virus do not develop symptoms, 1 in 5 people affected by it develop a fever and have symptoms such as headache, joint pain, vomiting, diarrhea, or rash.
2020 presidential candidate Mayor Bill de Blasio is officially dropping out of the race. The New York City mayor was polling below 1% nationally, and he failed to qualify for the previous Democratic debate. He took to Twitter to say, "It's true. I'm ending my candidacy for president, but our fight on behalf of working people is far from over." And coming up next, more on the Trump whistleblower case, how President Trump called the Ukrainian president repeatedly to investigate one politician's son.
And coming up after the break, southeastern Texas is dealing with its second tropical flooding crisis in the last 2 years. I'll have more on the crisis after the break.
Can cause a wildfire. It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah. Hey, Smokey, catch. Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver. The one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Tropical depression Imelda has devastated southeastern Texas to the point where one local police chief said that the damage in his town is worse than Hurricane Harvey was in 2017. Harvey was the second costliest storm in American history. And the devastating rainfall from Imelda isn't as widespread across the region as Harvey, but some areas has received as much as 43 inches of rain. 43. Imelda made landfall on Tuesday and, like Harvey, has lingered, dumping more than 2 feet in Winnie and Beaumont, Texas, and one estimation said that more than 2,000 square miles have seen over 20 inches of rain from this historic storm. Rescue efforts have been underway, with 13 counties under states of emergency, hundreds rescued, schools closed, and almost 100,000 homes still without power. As these efforts continue, southeastern Texas will look to recover and rebuild for the second time in 2 years. And yet another hurricane has formed in the Atlantic. Hurricane Jerry, which was briefly upgraded to a Category 2 storm, is currently brushing the Leeward Islands near Puerto Rico. Jerry was downgraded back to a Category 1 storm now and is expected to take a northwesterly path. But for now, the Leeward Islands could see heavy rain and flooding. but Jerry is expected to recurve out to sea without any direct land impact. But Jerry isn't the only hurricane that we're keeping an eye on. Hurricane Lorena is currently off the coast of Mexico's Baja Peninsula and will bring heavy rain and winds to Cabo San Lucas. The Category 1 storm with peak winds at 75 miles per hour is expected to drift out to sea, but could still threaten the western coast of the peninsula in the coming days.
The latest on the Trump whistleblower controversy. According to the Wall Street Journal, President Trump urged Ukraine's president to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden's son, Hunter, 8 times. Per the article, President Trump encouraged the Ukrainian president to work with Rudy Giuliani, Trump's personal lawyer. The president also spoke with the media today in the Oval Office, denouncing the investigation.
Now, this comes after a person from the intelligence community delivered a complaint to the Justice Department concerning President Trump in a conversation with a foreign leader. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff demanded details on the complaint, but the Director of National Intelligence, Joseph Maggiore, refused to divulge any details. Coming up next, the concerns over new vaping laws, which retail giant is banning e-cigarettes. Up next.
And apps removed from Facebook. Thousands of apps connected to social media network are gone. The reasons up next.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV Newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
23 states led by California are suing the federal government today to undo the ban on California's strict vehicle emission rules. The U.S. Department of Transportation blocked California's new zero-emission vehicle mandates and tailpipe emission standards on Thursday. 13 states have laws similar to California's under waivers granted through the 1970 Clean Air Act. The case will likely get to the Supreme Court and has the potential to dictate the future of U.S. environmental laws.
Walmart is ending all sales of e-cigarettes and vaping-related products. So far, 8 confirmed deaths and more than 500 cases of lung disease have been related to vaping. The Walmart internal memo said uncertainty about future local and federal regulations prompted the decision. The Food and Drug Agency announced yesterday it was launching a criminal investigation into the deaths, and Congress said it would withhold hearings on the matter.
Tens of thousands of apps have been removed from Facebook for violating customer data over the last year and a half. The social media giant launched an investigation into its apps after they admitted to misusing personal data themselves in March of 2018. Facebook says the investigation is not complete, but so far apps from about 400 developers have been removed from the site.
Coming up in sports, Syracuse football looks to get back to 500, plus a number of SU sports in action and some breaking news on Antonio Brown.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Syracuse football has a chance to get back on track against Western Michigan. The Orange and Broncos met in Week 1 last year. Quarterback Eric Dungy was the starter, but Tommy DeVito also got some action for the first time as an Orange. He struggled, though, completing 4 of 9 for 42 yards. Fast forward to this year, and DeVito's start has been shaky. In 3 games, the redshirt sophomore has been intercepted 4 times, yet he's only scored 3 touchdowns. Against Clemson, he had 4 trips to the red zone, no touchdowns. He's also been sacked 12 times in the last 2 games. Granted, that's not all DeVito's fault. The inexperienced offensive line is also to blame. Either way, the group has been less than stellar. Yet Dino Babers still has high hope for his team.
I think that we have an opportunity to win every game that we have from here on out. I think the big thing that we need to make sure of, and it happened last year, is that Clemson can beat you once, but you don't let Clemson beat you twice.
You know, they're going to come in playing hard, you know, playing the way we were there last year. Towards the end, it got a little gray for us. So, you know, they're going to come out thinking they could beat us, and, you know, it's just us going to be executing. It's going to come down to execution, the offense putting up enough points on the board, and the defense holding them, and special teams playing how they're coached.
Syracuse won 55-42 last year, but Western Michigan made a second-half run. Quarterback John Wassing brought the Broncos within 6 points. 17 of those Western Michigan starters are back this year. Tomorrow's matchup is at noon. Follow Citrus TV Sports on Twitter for live updates from the Dome. And field hockey might be the best Syracuse team right now. They're ranked 19th in the country and are undefeated at home. The Orange hosted number 5 Virginia, hoping for their 3rd straight win, but the Cavs defeated SU by a score of 2-0. Syracuse had more opportunities, though, with 10 shots compared to UVA 6. It was an aggressive game with 24 fouls between the two teams. And women's soccer kicks off an ACC play tonight against Pittsburgh. SU still looking to end its scoring drought. The Orange haven't scored a goal since August 29th against Siena. Syracuse's 2-4-1 record doesn't reflect the strength of goalie Lizianne Pruill. She's had an ACC best 34 saves on the season so far. Pittsburgh's coming off a road loss to Liberty, but they're 2-1-1 on home turf. Game time's at 7 o'clock. And Syracuse volleyball earned its first win of the season on the road against Kansas. Now SU looks to build on that momentum in Boston. The Orange take on Northeastern at 7 tonight. Keep an eye on freshman Marina Markova. She's aced 15 times this season. That leads the ACC. Fellow teammate Polina Shemanova, also impressive. The captain leads with the Orange in kills with 76. And some breaking news out of New England. The Patriots cut ties with wide receiver Antonio Brown amid allegations of sexual assault. Brown was signed earlier this month and only played in 1 game. The Patriots released a statement saying, quote, "We appreciate the hard work of many people over the past 11 days, but we feel that it is best to move in a different direction at this time." New England hosts the Jets on Sunday.
Jenna, Antonio Brown's been in some hot water lately.
Oh, definitely. When he was still with Oakland, he had the whole helmet issue at not being up to standard, also having extreme frostbite on the bottom of his feet. And then, of course, you can't forget the whole drama with the coaching staff. So he was released from Oakland and picked up by the Patriots, and now he's facing a lot of those sexual assault allegations.
So obviously Antonio Brown not doing too well. Neither is that Syracuse football team. Can we expect a bounce-back win tomorrow?
I think we can expect a bounce-back win tomorrow just because of the defense especially. I can trust them to stop their offensive line. Can't say that I trust the offense so much yet, but one thing's for sure, they won't have to face the pressure like they were facing against Clemson.
All right, thank you so much, Jenna. We're going to have to leave it there. Coming up next, let's see them aliens. Today is the day people plan to raid Area 51. We'll tell you how it shook out next.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there to raid. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Keeping control, I didn't even notice that.
Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, Dad. We're getting so wet. With the groove, show proof, keep it smooth as I bust the move. Hey, yo, step in swiftly with me, keep up. If not, just stop, pop a spot, put your feet up, read up, pay attention, listen to the melody. Remember what you heard, got my words to the spell of me. Top notch, got them all jumping like hopscotch, or jumping rope like double dutch in the air. Show me what you got, keep it hot like the heater. You thinking you a treat, cause you're sweet, but I'm sweeter. Leader of the pack, cause they all stay behind me. I'm old school, you don't skip tracks, you remind me. Find me, working on my craft.
All right, welcome back. We're bringing in Anthony DeBundo. Anthony, how do we need to get dressed for the big game tomorrow, Western Michigan? I need to know what I got to wear.
As always, the game is indoors, but pre-game, get ready to dress for some very warm and unseasonably warm temperatures. High temperature tomorrow, 83, should be about 65, 68 before game time. So dress accordingly for the weather and the beautiful weather. And as we get into the rest of the week, it's going to continue to be an absolutely perfect day as we keep going on into the rest of the week. On Saturday, you can expect temperatures to be very warm. On Sunday, again, still in the warmth and sun again. Monday could see a potential night shower. But as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, the sun returns. So it's going to be an absolutely beautiful, beautiful week. Take advantage of it because pretty soon, perhaps too soon, we're going to be seeing some colder weather returning. As you can see, 83 and 85 the next couple of days. So take advantage of that before we get back into potentially more seasonable temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Anthony. And while the Facebook event announcing the invasion of Area 51 may have started as a joke, hundreds of people still want to believe. After the original organizers left the group over concerns about safety, a new group formed called Storm Area 51 Boot Camp.
Other events such as small music festival called Alien Stock and Las Vegas Gathering also took place, and about 100 people actually did gather at the gate to the base, but no one has managed to make it through. Although 3 people have been arrested over the last week for trying to break in.
All right, and it looks like that's all the time we have for you tonight. Make sure to check us out on Citrus TV, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
I'm Greg Bradbury.
I'm Sabrina Maggiore. Great night.